Welcome, YouTube. This is the Crazy Italian, also known as David CHI88 on Twitch. We're doing the Dark Souls 3 Let's Play, and in the last episode we defeated the Deacons of the Deep boss. And in that episode, I don't know if I made it clear, but there was one deacon that had like a red glow to his head, that kind of going up above his head, kind of like his head was on fire or something. And that was the guy you needed to attack. And I had a hard time finding him amidst all those guys a couple times, but a couple times I found him and hit him. And then, so you just had to keep finding him, and that's how you defeat the boss, and without getting killed by all the other guys, of course. And so now we're in the Farron Keep area. I'm at the Farron Keep bonfire, and I think there's a couple items that I missed when I was here before in a previous episode, so I'm going to go back out here and see if I can pick them up. I'm not sure where they are, but ragged mask. Oh, they dropped something. A heavy gem, good. That's for strength weapons. Titanite Shard. Estus Shard. Okay, good. That'll give us another Estus flask. There's an item over there. Rotten pine resin. That was my mistake. I had it on fire bombs. When I tried to drink an Estus flask, I had it on fire bombs, and I threw a fire bomb instead of drinking from the flask. Think it's more this way. I'm gonna ember up. Cracked red eye orb. There was a little building over here. Sage's coal. That's what I was looking for. There's Sage's coal. Enable crystal, blessed, and deep infusion. So I got to give that to Andre. The deep Braille Divine Tome, a Braille Divine Tome of the Deep belonging to the deacons of the cathedral. Give this to a storyteller to learn miracles of the deep. Intended to teach divine protection to the deacons of the deep, but later dark tales were added to its pages. So that's probably a dark one that I don't want to give her, such that it is now considered a thing profane. Okay, so I don't want to give that one to her. Stone Parma. Well, that thing was vicious. Where was I going? There was an item off in the distance, but I got turned around there. Titanite Shard. There's so many of them. Raise the soup. Sunlight Talisman, okay. That's probably for performing miracles. Wolf's Blood Sword Grass. I don't know what that is. Nameless Night is set. I don't want to fight that big thing. No drop from that? There's an item up there, but I can't get to it. I was cursed. I lost all those souls. I'm not going back over there. I didn't know those. I thought those frogs were like going to poison me or toxic me or something, not curse me. Cursing you takes away all your health. There were a couple of like bridges. I saw another guy playing this area, and there were a couple of like ramps that go up out of the swamp, but I couldn't find them. He didn't get over into those deadly frogs before he found them. Here's one of them. Here's one of those. Here's one of those ramps I was looking for. Purple moss clump. Greatsword. That's what I wanted, was the Greatsword. I'm teleporting back to the shrine bonfire. We're at 25 minutes. I think that was the Estus Shard and the Greatsword were the two items that I was looking for, along with the Sage's Coal. So I lost my 11,000 souls out there. Oh well, I can make them up playing co-op play, helping other people play. Let's see, so I got an Estus Shard. And the Sage's Coal.
Ah, well met. 'Tis good to see ye in good health. What needs smithing this day?
We reinforced the Estus flats. Now let's give the coal.
Well, well. What's the Undead Legion doing with a coal such as this? I'd heard one of the Crystal Sages had sided with Farron's Abyss Watchers. I suppose it must be true. You should know, this coal is imbued with magic. First one I've ever seen. Hardly a surprise, is it? I've never been one for books or wise men.
Let's go to infused weapon. Heavy gem gives it 183 plus 78. That's 250, 261. And right now it's getting 257. So the heavy gem would increase my Claymore's damage a little bit. The sharp gem, see, the heavy gem scales from a D to a C in strength and stops the scaling in the dexterity. The sharp gem scales from D to C in dexterity and makes a D to just stays the same in strength. That gives you 180, that's 258 from 257. That doesn't really help unless I start leveling up my dexterity. The refined gem moves it to C in strength and dexterity. And that gives me, 265. instead of 157, 265. That does pretty good. 265 versus heavy is 250, 261. Raw gem's 245, so that won't help. The crystal gem gives it magic damage. Gives it 220, 230, 240, 50, 65, 265. The fire gem gives it 306. That's pretty good, but it eliminates the scaling. Blessed gem gives it 160, 171, lowers it quite a bit and scales in faith though. I wonder if you need a blessed weapon for certain kind of enemies in this game, like you did in one of the areas of Dark Souls, one of the previous Dark Souls games. There was an area, I forget what it was called, where you needed a blessed weapon, or the skeletons would keep respawning, they would come back or something. Deep Claymore gives it dark damage, 300. Poison Claymore gives it 35 poison. If you look down at the additional effects, it does 216 then, but it's got poison, but I don't have a poison gem. Well, the fire gem might help it for now. The raw gem doesn't help as much. The heavy is 250, 261, from 257. Not much difference yet until my strength is higher. Let's look under reinforced weapon. I need 4 large titanite shards and I only have 2. So I can't upgrade my claymore to +5. The executioner's greatsword I can use. It uses titanite shards. What does it weigh? It weighs 9. The greatsword requires a 28 strength, so I can use it. And it does it uses titanite shards, and it does 209 right now. If I upgrade it to +1, it does 220, 231. I store a greatsword. I need a dexterity of 18. Exile greatsword starts off at 189, where the greatsword starts at 209. The executioner's greatsword starts at 177. I'll have to think about this.
Prithee, be careful. I don't want to see my work squandered.
Oh, and in one.
Let's buy some more large arrows.
Goodbye. And stay safe.
So I'm going to have to think about what weapon I want to switch to. There's also got the boss soul weapons. Where's the guy sitting? Who's this?
Oh, and we meet again. We spoke before on the road of sacrifices. Henri of Astora. I'm well pleased to see you safe. We reached the Cathedral of the Deep, but Aldrich's coffin was empty. The man-eater must have left for his true home. The little doll in the empty coffin told me. Aldrich is said to hail from Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, an ancient fabled city. A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Farron Keep, and so becomes our destination. Aldrich's honest home is Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, an ancient fabled city. A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Farron Keep, and so becomes our...
He doesn't say much. She talks for him.
Aha, thou'rt returned, and a fine day it is. So, happened upon any twisted souls?
So the crystal sage, we can do a sorcery, cascade of small crystal soul masses from sky. Soul of Deacons of the Deep, we can do deep soul sorcery, fire darkened soul sediment. So that's Soul of a Stray Demon. I haven't met him yet. Soul of the Deacons of the Deep, we can make a clear candlestick. Candlestick used as both sword and catalyst, used for worship by the Deacons of the Deep. The deacons, under the guidance of Archdeacon MacDonald, became both clergymen and sorcerers. Skill guiding light. A candle provides a temporary source of light which reveals additional guidance. Huh. That's interesting. Hollow Slayer Greatsword requires an 18 dexterity. I'd have to level that up to use it. There's 145 plus 58. Greatsword used for a lifetime by the Masked Knight harbors the fears that lurk within the minds of hollows and is particularly effective against them. Bestowed to a proper Mirror Knight long ago. Two-hand to execute special sword techniques. Skill stance. While in stance, use normal attack to break a foe's guard from below and strong attack to slash upwards with a forward lunge. So we can have the Crystal Sage Rapier. I need an 18 dexterity for that too. Does some magic damage as well as physical. Thrusting sword with tiny crystals scattered across its blade, used by the Crystal Sages for self-defense. The crystals boost the magic damage inflicted by the sword and the item discovery of its wielder. Fruits of a lifetime of rewards conducted by the sages. Skill stance. From stance, use normal attack to back step and execute a surprise attack or strong attack for consecutive thrusting. Demon's Great Axe needs a 12 intelligence and 12 faith. That should just be a strength weapon, I would think. This great axe, a favorite among demons, contains the strength of fire. The demons, born of chaos, harbor fire, and yet they are twisted and malformed, such that they were never meant to be. Skill demonic flare. Briefly cause flame within it to flare and smash it upon earth and foes. That sounds neat, but I'm never going to upgrade my intelligence and faith, I don't think. I can use Vort's. Well, I'd have to have a strength of 30. I'd have to upgrade my strength by 2. And I could use Vort's Great Hammer. It does a lot of damage starting out. 250. Great Hammer wielded by Vort, the Outrider Knight of the Boreal Valley. Weapon is imbued with frost and causes frostbite. Frost accumulates in the body, causing frostbite, which saps one health, lowers absorption, and slows stamina recovery. So that would lower their damage resistance, so you do more damage to them. Skill Perseverance. Anchor weapon in earth to temporarily boost poise. Damage reduced while activated. That's not useful. Need an 18 or 19. I can't read that. 19 maybe. Dexterity. Astor's Spear. One of the curses that festered within the belly of the Great Wood, and a terrible weapon favored by Earl Arster the Impaler. The spear is enwreathed in rotten, heavily poisonous meat. Defeating foes restores hit points. That would be good. Take a large step forward and make a single focus thrust to puncture enemy shields and inflict damage. That uses the rotted Greatwood soul. Demon's Fist, soul of the demon we don't have. Havel's Ring uses soul of a stray demon. We don't have that. That would increase maximum load. That might be very handy. I can get the Pontiff's Left Eye. It also uses soul of Boreal Valley Fort. So I can either get his hammer right there, his great hammer, which does 250. Or I could get this ring. Pontiff's Left Eye restores hit points with successive attacks. That might, if I'm not going to use his hammer, that might be a very good ring to have. Recovers hit points with successive attacks, because you're always attacking. Anyway, just thought I'd show that to you.
Knowest thou of our 5 thrones will take 5 lords, as kindling for the linking of the fire? The fast-fading flame must be linked to preserve a reenactment of the first linking of the fire. So it is. I became a lord of cinder. I may be but small, but I will die a colossus.
That's just repeat dialogue. We've heard that before.
Do not be away overlong.
All right, well, we're at 43 minutes, so hit those subscribes and likes. I'm going to end the episode here, and share this channel with your fellow gamers, friends, and family. If you would, I'd appreciate it. And take care.